All right, we begin the second video. We're looking at envy and covetousness, or coveting. Okay, to start it out, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, HaMashiach, Selah. All right, we're going to start out with some verses, then we're going to cover some topics of why, again, I think that the lead tribe of Ephraim is predominantly the Negroes in America. Okay, we're going to, again, go over traits that specifically speak to certain people. All tribes' strengths and weaknesses are not the same. You don't just take a paintbrush and just swipe whoever you want and, okay, you're Don. Oh, yeah. You got a Don look about you. And you're a Benjamin. No, the word has scriptures that define each tribe by their characteristics, by their strengths and by their weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. That's why we're all in bondage, and it's not good. Okay, but let's start out with some of these verses, and then let's move on to some topics. And we just gonna freestyle off of it. I didn't sit down and compile this out like I used to my sermons and all this other stuff. We're gonna try to talk and just stumble over this stuff as if we're in a general conversation, okay? Because this all that posturing and peacocking and stuff that people get from the pastors and the people on television, stuff like that. Okay, a female will post that, or a male will post that sermon, but in particular to a female, she might be talking about a man's Johnson on the next post. Okay, it's not pushing them or in pushing somebody in the direction of the law or in keeping the law. Okay, it's entertaining. But if we want to get down to the actual law, the actual reasons why we're in this predicament, then we're going to have to do some soul searching. Okay, starting out, we're dealing with envy and coveting today. Isaiah 7:5, because Sidia, Ephraim, and the son of Remaliah have taken evil counsel against thee, saying, Isaiah 7:6, let us go up against Judah and vex it, and let us make a breach therein for us, and set a king in the midst of it, even the son Tabaal. Okay, right off the top, we're looking at Ephraim fooling with other nations. We're going to get to that later. Okay, and just being envious. You know what I'm saying? Just being envious. What we see all the time. And they have taken evil counsel. They have gotten together. They have conspired in order to drive a breach into Judah's leadership. Okay, now, Isaiah 9:21. Manasseh, Ephraim, and Ephraim, Manasseh, and they together shall be against Judah. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Okay, Manasseh is Ephraim's older brother. Okay, just like with Judah, my generation was the fourth son born, but Judah was chosen to lead. Generally, the oldest son by law is who takes on the leadership. Okay, but exceptions are always made for the peculiar people. It just is what it is. Okay, because Ephraim is the younger brother. Okay, the younger brother's generation, and that's who the leader is of the northern tribes. Okay, and the most people. So we're going on from Isaiah 9:21. We're moving on to Isaiah 11:13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Okay, these are specifically written for specific tribes. Okay, the envy of Ephraim. Is Judah impervious to envy? No. So why is it specifically mentioning the envy with a particular tribe that is not mentioned specifically with any other tribe. Okay? And then the adversaries of Judah. You think Ephraim doesn't have adversaries? How would... The northern tribes were warring like savages over here in the Americas. They didn't want no parts of them, like I said before. That's why they poisoned the blankets. Look, Judah and them gonna fight. They're gonna scrap. Other tribes gonna fight. All of that. You feel me? But Ephraim is about that drama. Okay? We're gonna have to poison them blankets, man. Okay? We're gonna have to do some cheating. All right? Judah is known to be beset by adversaries. So if you go read Psalms, some will wonder, man, what in the world, Dawood? Man, every time you looked up, somebody was at his throat. Yeah. Okay. So now we go on to Psalms 78:67. This is what happens when Judah feels like, when you cut Judah to the soul, we can get petty. Dawood getting a little petty, but at the same time, he's hurt, because these are our people. Okay, going on. Psalms 78:67. Moreover, he refused the tabernacle of Joseph, and chose not the tribe of Ephraim. Psalm 78:68. But chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion, which he loved. Okay, I'm going to show later with no question in the world that Ephraim is very much loved. So this was Dawood being petty because, man, why are y'all working with our enemies to bring me down? You know what I'm saying? That's why we were chosen as the lawgivers, and because y'all be on this type of stuff. That's exactly what he was really saying, okay? And originally, yes, Zion has become the meaning for all of us for basically Israel. Or the church in the New Testament, but Zion originally was only Judah. Okay, originally. So that's why he mentions that like that, because obviously now in our understanding, Zion is basically encompasses all of us, Now, moving on. Exodus 20:17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Deuteronomy 5:21. Thou shalt not desire thy neighbor's wife. Neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. Romans 13:9. Now, get into quoting. I actually came up with covetousness later to add to the envy because they pretty much run hand in hand, And when you get into, you notice that when I'm quoting from the Old Testament, they keep the quotes, they keep a lot of the stuff when they're dealing with the topic, then they stick to the topic. When you get into the New Testament, they're going to mention all of these different sins, and that gets difficult because then people, matter of fact, I'm going to read it. Romans 13:9. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Okay, let's deal with some of this right off the top. Okay, brothers got this misunderstanding that somehow everybody was our neighbor. Everybody wasn't our neighbor. Okay, so when it was speaking specifically of dealing with your neighbor, it's speaking of a Hebrew. Okay, we weren't neighbors with everybody else. Okay, right off the top. Now, you see all of these things mentioned makes it easy for a naysayer to say, hey, you ain't gonna do all of that. You ain't perfect, so therefore that ain't you. Okay, it's easy for them to say that when you open the door to all of this in one swath. We're dealing with coveting. Everybody are envy. Everybody is not suffering with every sin. Okay, the point is to let you know about every sin so that when they come up or you struggle with it, you can have a reference to go to fight against it and turn back the right way. Okay, not to come to everybody and just smack them with the 613 cross side of their head, but they should know it. They should know it. But right now, for this sense, we're going to deal with coveting, because that's where we're at. Now, 2 Timothy 3:2, for man shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Okay, this is a whole different era. Okay, now they're recalling and telling them, man, we already know about all these laws. We've been known about it, but we don't. Okay, but they've been known about it by the end. That's why the rich man told Hamashiach, well, I've kept all of those laws and stuff since my youth. Okay, it was nothing to him to know that. And he was tough of struggling to get through the eye of a needle, which is a gateway to a town and not some actual sewing needle. Okay, now, Psalms 10:3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. Now, when we throw back to the New Testament, your tongue gonna get stuck to the top of your mouth trying to, and you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Our people have always been poetic, okay? Always. 2 Peter 2:14, having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, on heart they have exercised with covetous practices, cursed children. My goodness, Peter, easy. See, they called me Peter when I was preaching in the church, and I'm like, Peter? I go, look, oh, Peter, easy. All right. Now, we've covered there's more scriptures. My deal is not to try to show that I can pull up all the scriptures out of the Bible concerning something. It is to give you a reference point. Okay, again, to what I'm pushing, that most of the Negroes in America are in fact Ephraim, a lead tribe that needs to come back into their own recognition, so us, Judah, and Ephraim can become the one stick, although we have in many ways already, but spiritually become the one stick and come back into this full law so that we can change these curses. Okay. Starting out, envious. First of all, if you're going through the Bible, once we start making these distinctions between Judah and Ephraim, you will start to see that much of what, if Judah wrote it, Ephraim probably doesn't even recognize it, okay, for sure, right off the top, but probably just straight up ignored it. Okay, now we know why. Okay, moving on though, we'll come up with some reason for us to go against each other. Right off the top, it's like two pit bulls. You take one pit bull, oh my goodness, playing around with the kids, flopping around, loving, protecting the family, just well-behaved, beautiful. You take another pit bull, exactly the same. You bring them around each other, it's a misunderstanding. Nope. See them people? Yeah, those people are off limits, buddy. But for you, I'm bust your head, boy. Just quick as this cage open. You know what it is. Same thing we have to deal with. Those Django bucks, much of Ephraim, that envy, it doesn't pan across to everybody else. But you better not slip up at all. Okay? Sports teams. Man, brothers, we come up with some reason to funk with each other. So now we're going to claim these people's teams, which I root for certain players and shit too, man. I'm human, okay? That's common sense. I want to see Hebrews win, period, and I want us to win. That's just common sense, okay? But at the same time, I'm not going into the idolatry. I don't wear all the memorabilia, no signatures, no extra stuff, no bunch of posters, no graven images, all of that, okay? But I'm human, just like y'all. Work on it, man. Okay, work on it. But all of this, we're literally funking. Some of us shot, some of us fighting over these people's teams. We ain't fighting them people. We ain't fighting behind our ancestors. But we mad about this team. Okay? Madness. All right. Real Judah vexes Ephraim. As we saw in the verse, let's go back. Isaiah 11:13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Okay, I left that out I'm glad I came back to that. I make Ephraim mad, period. Without trying, for sometimes, but without trying for most of the time, just by it's that uncle mentality. Like I said before, some of my cousins call me Uncle Mark, Uncle Cousin Mark, when I'm actually younger than some of them, because of the aura that comes out across, just constantly nitpicking them about the law and stuff. I can see it because when we look back at it, Judah was Ephraim's uncle. What? Okay, so the uncle, especially if your dad's not around, the uncle that's on you, the uncle of Mayweather, the uncle of so many other people. Go back and do your studies, man. This stuff's crazy. Okay, so I'm like, oh, okay. So they like the overbearing uncle. Judah was the overbearing uncle of Ephraim. I ain't with all that. Okay? And it vexes y'all. But all I got is Ephraim. My mama, my favorite. My baby's mamas. Most of my closest family are all Ephraim. Okay? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get to this, but I got no choice. Because if I don't tell you, I'm going to get destroyed. Period. Everything stripped away. Destroyed. And when it comes down to that, although there's too many of y'all, no way I can win the fight. But I know I can't win against the Father. 0 chance against Nathan. And if I say what I'm supposed to say, perhaps the Father might say me. So I got to say what must be said. Not because I'm perfect, but because I've been commissioned. Okay? Judah, real Judah, is beset with enemies. Okay, y'all got these camps and these people, man, God bless them. The camps help bring me back into the light, and I've built with them to help keep me up on my holy days and other stuff that you need a group to help you be accountable for. And I fool with all kind of y'all. Ain't no fidelity to any particular one. Y'all be on some bull, and y'all be on some real shit too, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Y'all following women and all that, that. But for the most part, I fool with y'all, okay? But y'all got hundreds of followers. Y'all got all these, man. Hey, man, go back. Search the prophets. Search the teachers. Search the people. Now, yeah, they had single great gatherings. So have I. But a continual group following of a true anointed? No. Many are called, but few are chosen. It don't work like that, okay? It doesn't work like that, okay? Hamashiach fed all them people, and they all showed back up guilty, okay? It don't work like that, not even for the greatest of us, okay? It doesn't work like that. Those are whitewashed tombs, okay? Period. This ain't for a lot. This is for the elect. This is for the chosen. Okay, and it ain't no parade being elect and chosen. It ain't something to go out and no, it's a gift and a curse. See, many of them brothers that crossed over into that devil's realm, selling their souls for that fame and attention, because you can make money in a factory. They know. Oh yes, gift and a curse for sure. Okay, it always has been. You got too many friends to be a true anointed, homie. Okay, you ain't rubbing up the wrong way, or the spirit ain't testifying. That's why Hamashiach said, if you were of the world, then the world would love its own. What you loved for? No, we more like, where is the love? Okay, the real elect. Okay, moving on. Friends have told me, straight up, my people, my brothers, man, you the most hated dude we ever met. Ever. Why? Am I that offensive to that many people? What is it about me that Ephraim doesn't trust? If we actually go back and look through the scriptures, we will see that there is thousands of years of interaction of why this is. But I'll just give you one. Could it be that Ephraim knew that Yahweh, Judah, was one of those people who voted for his pop to be sent off into exile? Your DNA, your skin, it does not forget what your mind does. Your spirit, not your skin, because you're not your skin, obviously, but your spirit does not forget who you are. Okay? All of those interactions, it's not forgotten. Ephraim is naturally distrustful of Judah. Period. Okay? You would know that right off the top. Okay, now, the crabs in the bucket mentality. Look, that is not something, like I said, envy doesn't come up for, that is not something that all the tribes struggle with. Again, I go back to my last video. I go back to other videos I made because this is a life experience. This isn't something I read somewhere. I was around when I found out that most of Judah was sent to South America, I saw it. We just have a different spirit. It's the same with aging generations. I'm going to get to that in later generations of how, in later videos of how as generations age, they generally become bigger and they generally become more savage. It's the younger. Okay? But that's something else. We're going to get into that another time. But that crabs in the bucket pulling each other down, can't stand to see each other at all win at anything. Not worried about nobody else. Not the same for the other nations. They're good. And then because of this barbarism, because of this Django Unchained, Django Buck mentality that they instilled in those of us who were the most physically gifted, then they came up with these ways to classify other people so that they don't fit into the hierarchy, so that their politics are bad. Okay, so they say he's soft, he's a snitch, he's a fag, he's weird, etc. I don't like him. No, your ass just hating. Now, if we take this same analogy and we remove he's soft and we say he'll bust your ass, he's hard, he's a killer, then all those other things I said after it disappear. Those same rules don't apply to people who are known to be violent. And they don't apply to the other nations. They only use them against Hebrews. Not only do y'all envy those other nations, but y'all be quick to remind how many of y'all around these brothers, they don't even know what they doing. You pull up in your new Benz or your whatever, man. I don't know. I got a Benz, so I'll say Benz. You pull up in your Benz, and here come that nigga. Oh man, it's cool. It's cool. But my white partner, you don't even know him. You don't be fooling with niggas like that. Man, his Benz, man, that motherfucker like $500,000, bro. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you cool. I ain't even got a scooter. But hey, you cool, brother. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you should have seen his house the other man. We was hanging out. You know, man, bro, your Gentile partner ain't got no hands. He ain't motherfucking perfecto. He ain't 6 foot, this, that, and another, like you trying to make me be. He's just your friend, okay? He's just allowed to be. You're fair to him. You pay him back. All of this good stuff. But with me, I gotta be Zeus in order for you to treat me the same kind of way. If I show any weakness, make any mistake, don't fight any fight I'm supposed to fight, don't shoot all I'm supposed to shoot, then I ain't real. He ain't none of that. But that's your best friend. I got something for some of y'all. You wonder, man, what is he talking? Am I a Django Buck? let's see. How many white people in your life have you ever really had a beef with? How many? Now just think. Do you wake up every day mad at some brother? Or is it a baby daddy? Is it a baby mama? Are they all brothers and sisters? Can you really think of many whites you've actually, or Gentiles period, that you've actually had a beef with? If you cannot, then you are probably a Django buck. Every single day, you wake up mad at us. Do you feel like Christ forgave slavery, but he won't forgive your own brother or sister? You won't forgive us. You'll hold us to the fire for life for our sin. But you can walk right by the Klan. They can rally right outside your house. And no sweat off my back. That's why I said the envy, it doesn't spill over into them. They can mount up with a black hanging from their shirt, strut down the street with guns on you, and you, hey, he ain't got on no, it ain't no brother in no blue or red, is it? Well, I don't care. You know what I mean? So, but when the Bible said, so when Judah wrote Proverbs 3:31, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Y'all didn't read it. Most of y'all ignored it, ain't worried about it. Okay, you can't be, I've seen some Israelites, this is stuff I be talking about, man, but I'm from Judah, and these brothers have helped me immensely, and so we're not going to go there like that, but I'm sitting there watching this brother, yeah, you're supposed to submit, you see them singing, and then submitting to them, you can't, hey, man, no. Envy not thou oppressor, and choose none of his ways. How in the world are you going to submit to all this they got going on, and at the same time not envy them or choose none of their ways? Ain't no way in the world. Submit to your spiritual authority. We ain't supposed to submit to these clowns. We're supposed to survive. Our ancestors were supposed to make it to where we could get here so that we'd have an opportunity to stand on our own. But now that we have an opportunity to breathe fresh air and stand on our own, we ain't supposed to be a part of none of that nonsense they got going on. Any single one of you, you know, if you got to go in, and God bless you, man, you got to get it how you got to get it for your family. Period. That's manhood. You know what I'm saying? A man got to go get it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know you got to lie for them white folks. You know you ain't going to that job telling them no real truth. If you are, then I'll probably be talking to you, blowing on something or something about how your ass got fired. All right, man, I started telling them people, you know what I'm saying, brother? Man, they didn't even know about this real. Where you work at, brother? Man, I'm looking, you know what I mean? I mean, a brother. Yeah, exactly. You keep it real with them, we gonna highlight. You're gonna be here sitting next to me. Okay. Now, moving on. Social media. Oh. I had to see it. Nobody's perfect. You can't see everything. I don't care. You read yourself all day. Read till your eyes fall out your head. You ain't gonna see everything. Okay, there is no way in this world that I could have foresaw the state of our people if not for social media. The platform that the devil gave to everybody, spread it out like a blanket. It's pure shamelessness. Sodom and Gomorrah. We are courting destruction with a boastful face. Okay, man, do I need to name it? Do I need to describe the pure, unadulterated evil of social media? Where now the Illuminati has a preying ground, hunting ground for just anybody who will do anything for attention. That's all they can really offer you. Like I said, you can get rich in a factory. Nobody has to watch you. Nobody has to see it or witness it. You work your ass off, you stay dedicated, you save your money, and you can get rich. without anybody seeing it. They keep saying, fuck the fame, it's the money. They're lying. You are doing all that you're doing for fame. You can get money in many different ways without everybody knowing about it. You wouldn't feel the need to mention what you got or me. And I was a rapper. I did the same damn thing, and I was doing it for attention. There's no way I can get around it. Okay, there's no way I can get around. I keep trying to see. I had the message. The black man is so. In the end, it was, look at me. I'm better. I got more. I got the best women. I got the best cars. I got the best clothes. They don't. They're busters. And that's that. I don't care how pretty you put it together. That's what it is. Okay. Camps envying each other. Hebrew Israelite camps. This is how I knew also that we're not dealing with Judah. Because so many laws. It's just the law things, the weaknesses. No way, Judah. And that don't mean I can fool with them, brother. Man, they'll run circles around me on a lot of stuff. But I'm talking about specific to the law. Okay, I want to know right off the top, brother, we're not about to gossip each other. But they had specific gossip stuff. Well, he's gay, or he's a child molester, or he's this. So therefore, that throws out the gossiping now, because the slight that you're railing against them somehow has superseded it. Now it's still gossip. But most of the verses speaking against gossip and stuff are written by Judah. Y'all didn't pay no attention to it. I've had many good brothers and sisters from Ephraim straight. Oh, gossiping is bad. Yes, gossiping is bad. Okay. Nobody likes somebody running back and forth, telling everybody stuff. Okay. Gossiping is bad. And you can't gossiping each other like y'all were doing. It's not lawgivers. These are extremely gifted, powerful brothers. Now I know where you're from, but you're not in the law. Okay, not in this marijuana stuff. Terrible. You're drinking coffee. It's worse than marijuana. The Most High is perfect. What are you doing? Okay, what are you doing with this? You got a cup of McDonald's coffee in your hand. McDonald's, who stuffs all kind of stuff and everything. Okay, in your hand, telling somebody not to smoke something that has shown no effects, save short-term memory loss. Okay, it's terrible. Okay, some other stuff. You other brothers talking about alax or effeminate. That's terrible. Okay, let the lawgivers take care of the law, please. Okay, y'all already powerful enough. You got damn near everything. But let the lawgivers take care of the law. That's why it specifically said Judah is my lawgiver. Okay, Ephraim is mine head. Okay, that's outstanding. Okay, but not the lawgiver. Let the lawgivers deal with the law, because y'all causing confusion with this nonsense. Okay, causing confusion. He chose Judah for the law. Okay, he chose y'all for a whole lot of other else. Okay, now let's go on. This is why people like Stephen A. Smith, Shannon, all them, they're held to a higher standard, man. We look for them to be perfect. Brother, slip up on one take, or don't be on the point, or don't be black enough here, or don't be that. Man, we on their head. But calling coward, calling cowherd, Nick wrong, Brian Windhorse, a fat, Gumby looking, how? He's speaking on sports. We ain't questioning any validity that he's ever played a sport in his life. But yet nobody questions his ability to speak. Max Kellerman be out of control. Like I said, Max Kellerman will prove the law of relativity and disprove the law of relativity in the same argument. Okay? But we don't see it. They know, as they say, the best thing, the easiest way to hide something from a brother or sister is to put it in a book. That doesn't mean all of you, okay? That doesn't mean all of us. But generally, it does. So what do? They tell you on television, some of your sane politicians telling you that they're Democrats or Republicans, whatever, and saying that they fool with you. They're on a message board for Terrell Owens or somebody in the past, or somebody, Lamar Jackson or anybody else, shooting this white racist propaganda through these message boards where most of y'all never see it. Dude sitting right next to you in the bar, you're clanking glasses with him. But he's on the message board telling Lamar, you're too dumb, you blacks can't this and all that, okay? That's where they hide it from it. Go check out, go to Stephen A. and look how there's a gang of white people in the comments that's hating on them just to be hating, and watch my words. The friend of them hating on him? Are you Django's? I don't like it. Why? Because he's not perfect? No, because I want to be the head Django. And right now, he's being the head Django, and I don't think he's real enough to be the head Django. Okay, he gotta be hard to be the real Django. All the whites now, they just gotta be white. Your ass gotta be hard, real, you never snitch, you ain't no motherfucker, you ain't no punk, you ain't no bag, you kept it real, you never ran, you never scared, all of that. Okay, then you can be that. Well, most of you guys that ain't all this old nonsense are not our smartest, and therefore we are misrepresented. That's that barbarism, that Shaka Zulu shit. All right, now, we move on. Chris Rock. See, Chris Rock mentioned this selective outrage. Okay, Will Smith. You should have smacked the person that made you play that silly ass role with your butt up in the air, buddy. That's when your hands should have let loose freely. Okay, but you found the first midget little guy. And he's not a midget, but I'm just saying, you found the first little guy and decided it's time to put great hands on somebody. See that picking and choosing? It's barbarism, because y'all have been scared. Y'all do run. When the law shows up, all of a sudden all that never scared shit goes out the door. When the cops come running, y'all go running. And I never ran. Come on, man. Stop with this barbarism nonsense. It only matters. Y'all ain't gonna go and push all them rules on them because you're afraid that they're gonna bring a massive army out against you. But us, of your own people, the meek, you know that we're vulnerable. So hold us to some impossible standard so that you can try to exploit the meek of your own people. In the end, it's cowardice. You're not fooling anybody. Motherfuckers is just scared. Okay, that's it. But you're not fooling anybody. In the end, they know in their heart that you're not gonna have that same energy with somebody that'll do something to you. You're not. Okay, it's you find some way around whatever they got going on in order to make your stuff feel better. Okay, I'm gonna get around this. You know, this glare is bad, but listen to the message, man. Okay, we're moving on. Shannon Sharp. Okay, Shannon Sharp at the Grizzlies game. This is a great example because Shannon had to let the other Django Bucks know, hey, look, skip massa. That's just what it is. You can get mad, hate it, whatever. It is what it is. But I ain't no punk. I'm Shannon Sharp. I'll hit one of you niggas in the mouth. Okay, Skip can get away with that. Ski Up can get away with that. But y'all can't get away with that. Okay, don't even try it. Okay, that's what that was about. And letting you know, them pit bulls again. Hey, I'm a pit bull. Man, find me somebody who can put on a suit tighter than I got on, nigga. I'm not playing around here. I'm ripped and bulging from the hip at 60 or whatever age he is. I'm not here to play. Okay, but at the same time, I'm going to sit here and behave properly with this white guy. He's not black. You niggas better not try it. Okay, covetousness. Whew, man. Let's just kick it right off. We play our music. What are the fellas talking about? I got your girl. Your girl is tiptoeing on my Marvel flow. Your girl is sitting in my passenger seat. Your girl is buying me this. Your girl's doing that and doing this. That's covetousness. You're being covetous right off the top. You're coveting. Didn't we just read your neighbor's wife, his manservant, any of that? But yet the Illuminati got us making music where it only matters if it's somebody else's. You ask them brothers, man, do you even have a female of your own? Do you even have a female of your own? I mean, can we reference your own female? I mean, every song is about somebody else's woman? Yeah. Somebody else's car, somebody else's house, somebody else's deal. Give me that. Okay, to the point where taking somebody's chain and wearing it is like slaying a lion in Africa. I mean, highest of honors. Taking somebody's woman and sporting her is, hey man, that's exactly the opposite of how we were supposed to treat each other. Somehow they've convinced us that our real neighbors, us, our families, are our enemies, and our fake people that weren't our neighbors, heathen, are our neighbors. Okay, that's the way you're treating it. Okay, that Tyree Nichols, young brother that got socked up by them Django's. You go to Django Untamed, and you look in sandwiches. I started to throw your black ass to the Mandingos. They said, no, throw him to the Mandingos. He's like, no, I got something better for you. And they gonna hit you over the head and throw you in the ditch. Okay, and that will be the end of you, uppity nigga. Okay, that man, y'all all practicing right now. You're uppity. You'll tell me, man, it's uppity, prideful, and no, because I hold my head high amongst the heathen. And y'all don't like that. You don't deserve that. That's what they say. You don't deserve that. You didn't knock out 40 people. You didn't run a 3-flat 40-yard dash. You didn't do none of this stuff. What you talking about? You ain't earned the right to be special next to Massa. Yeah, right. Massa ain't worth the dirt on my shoe. The chosen, a peculiar people, a nation of priests. What are you talking about? You're the chosen. Anyway, that's who got on them. They threw them to the Mandingos. Them dudes, cops, they have been taught. They know. I'm signing up to be a cop. Part of the resume is fucking over niggas in Mexican spirit, which is all niggas. Fucking over black and brown is part of the resume. Messing them over. I'm going to put my foot on their neck and I'm going to move up. Straight up. You know what it is. They threw them to the Mandingos. Okay. Envy and covetousness run hand in hand. In this part of quick to fight each other is behind envy. Part of our struggle is behind coveting what each other has. Now watch this. I don't know why this stuff is eluding my mind, because there are countless references to this. I should have referenced some of my bros now, because they would have easily filled me in on some of this. But right now I can only come up with two. Coming to we're gonna go in order chronologically. Brewster's Millions. Okay, I got an uncle. We're gonna ignore that he's white and going all that, man. I got an uncle who left me a bunch of money. I'm talking madness money in the 80s. Okay, and all I can think about is this man's betrothed. I mean, out of all the women in New York or wherever he was at, Chicago, New York, wherever he was at, out of all the women in the whole place, I got to have this man's wife. Drake, I'll keep my mouth shut. Drake, talk like this, Drake. Drake, oh my goodness, Drake, I just gotta have her. The millions. I got women coming in. I got to have that man's woman. Why do you think they have that? But is that great writing? What? Why must that be included? Okay, next one. Coming to America. You mean to tell me I got straight virgins? Ain't know nobody but me. Only know what I like and what I want to do. Raised from the birth to be with royalty. And those of you who know, a prince amongst paupers is nothing. Okay, nothing. Paupers don't recognize no prince. If you're not in your royalty or your priestly environment, you're nothing. And you're not going to fit in, and you're probably going to fall to the side and some more stuff. It's not going to be good for you, okay? But this man is willing to leave a royalty-raised female, a whole setup, a whole kingdom, just so he can run to America and chase after some McDonald's female. And she already got a man. She already laying with this man, okay? She's already laying with this man. You are a prince, and you mean to tell me that you, of all the women in New York, or again, wherever he was at, you want this man's woman? Why? Why did somebody else's woman have to be the storyline? Fomenting, envying this man's wife in relationship, and coveting this man's wife in relationship to the point where I must have this man's wife in relationship is catered to one specific tribe in general, by definition, and was perpetuated in the role by the same tribe. The same tribe. Okay? Now, I think we're about done. Yep, we are. We wrap that up. Again, I have given definition of why I believe that the tribe of Ephraim, the head tribe, is in fact most of the Negroes in America. I forgot to say Shabbat Shalom earlier. This is the Shabbat. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. Selah.
Oh, Steve on my boy. Yeah. Hello, my ass. Who this nigga up on that name? Stephen, you have nails for breakfast. What's the matter? Why you so ornery? You miss me? Huh? Oh, yes, sir. I miss you. Like a hog miss flower. like a baby. Miss Mammy Titty. I miss you like I misses a rock in my shoe. Now, I ask you, who this nigga on that name?
The niggas we tell to the Quint Dicky got it worse than that. But they still saying, let's whip him today. Well, don't tell the man they ain't gonna feed him stonks out.